Hello guys, Timow here. My WordPress blog, Timow's Turf, is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, and throughout the year, I tried to resurrect the core memories of the first decade. My blog's early years were characterized by hype and hyperdrive. During this time, posts were sporadic, blending along with what was going on in the world of linear television in the Philippines and emphasizing other channels that needed attention. At the time, I was verbally attacked online by two users. The first person attacked me ad hominem and made a post dismissing the chance of revival and relevance of a government sequestered channel. Despite his informality and rudeness, his opinions turned out to be correct all along. However, the other person threw a religious rhetoric card against me for opposing new anime and J-pop. Because of its full commitment to sports, TV5 had difficulty airing anime on its free-to-air channel during that time. Animega did not exist throughout 2014. It was revived the following year, but it didn't last long. The once dominant television network at Mother Ignacia moved its anime block from the main channel to the purely digital sub-channel and one purely paid channel. It created a loophole that later drew the ire of the government and forced to lose its license in the free-to-air broadcast. For GMA, they kept airing classic anime reruns. If you're wondering how the second guy is doing, he is still alive and is still bonkers using the same tactic to this day. Dear Turfers, I'll go over my current stance on the new anime and J-pop to settle the matter once and for all. But before I begin, please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of future content. Anime came to our shores in the late 70s, but it's not aired in the daytime as we are accustomed to. Voltes 5 is the most well-known anime, with a famous anecdote in which the dictator or concerned parents convinced him halted the airing of the final episodes due to subversive themes. In the 1980s, Daimos came next. The 1990s and early 2000s became the golden age of anime on PHTV. Doraemon, Dragon Ball, Mojako, Lupin, Pokemon, Ghost Fighter, and Slam Dunk were the talk of the batang 90s. Then cable came, Hero and Animax. We didn't have our anime until 2018 with Barangay 143. We only learned to appreciate J-pop in the 1990s at the earliest with Pizzicato 5's Sweet Soul Review. The song was not on the original soundtrack of any anime, but it was featured in a commercial for Ranma 1/2 that aired on RPN, which is now CNN Philippines. That song was a good vibes hit and inspired dancers on noontime variety shows and beauty pageant contenders to perform to the tune. And then we forget about it at the millennium's turn. This was eventually revived by Zumba YouTubers and a brand of growth supplements for kids and teens. Side note, while some people believe Dice and K-Nights Eat Sumo should be classified as J-pop, I'm sorry to break the bad news. It isn't. We didn't have a domestic J-pop group until 2018 with MNL48, the Philippine counterpart to the AKB48 group. They were declared the pioneers of the P-pop generation that we appreciate today. There are barely any anime blocks on free-to-air TV, unless your choice is on pay TV. GMA's Aztec Authority has now moved to GTV, and they're still hesitant to air new animes, preferring to air old ones. To put it another way, they'd rather show Hunter x Hunter instead of Spy x Family. After its formation over the noontime show, the management of the MNL48 began to flounder, with the pandemic and the loss of TV network that built its stardom exacerbating the complications. Other P-pop acts emerged and effectively trounced them. MNL48 is rarely heard on FM radio, even on government-owned stations, because it was, quote, not related by the masses, unquote. For that, you must use Spotify, YouTube Music, and other similar streaming music services to give it a listen. Now for the interesting part. What's my current stance on airing new anime and J-pop? Begin with new anime. If you like new anime, then I have no problem. But please don't ask the big bosses in Kamaning and in Reliance. For the prospects of in the new TV newcomer, I think they're currently divided at the moment. Besides, the rights to air new anime on linear television are prohibitively expensive. In the age of smartphones and tablets, we already have Crunchyroll and Bilibili. Now on to the new J-pop. Even though I'd like it to be popular despite that it doesn't float my boat, J-pop should remain a niche compared to K-pop. Sorry to offend you, but I'm telling the truth here. If you want a completely dedicated J-pop station here, you should set it up as an online station, not an on-site one. Establishing such a physical FM radio station needs a large sum of money, good faith, dedicated manpower, and persuasive power. When it comes to those returns, I doubt it. If you enjoy new anime titles and J-pop releases, go for it. Don't force others, just allow others to make their own decisions after giving them the details and convictions if they are sincerely asked for it. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section, and I hope to see you in the next installment of the TERP's 10th anniversary series. Paalam!